Hello everyone, I'm Devashmita. Welcome to Jigyasa. So, in the previous video, we have already seen some of the important taxonomic terms which is related into the taxonomy. And in this video, we are going to learn about some and the rest of the taxonomic terms. So, let's start the other important terms which is related to the taxonomy. So, inflorescence, have you heard the term inflorescence? When we study about a plants or a plant's structure or its uh, taxonomical positions or taxonomical study, then it comes the inflorescence, the word inflorescence. So, what does mean the term? Or the word inflorescence means the cluster of the flowers or arrangement of the flowers on the floral axis. So in the previous video we have know about the what is phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy means the arrangement of the leaves on the stem is known as the phyllotaxy, but in case of the arrangement of the flower on the floral axis, this is known as the inflorescence. So peduncle, then comes to the peduncle. Peduncle means the stalk having the inflorescence is called as the peduncle. So stipule is the leaf, uh, um, leaf stalk. Leaf stalk is known as the stipule. Then here is the stipule is the appendages type of leaf where it is attached to the stem, but in case of the flower, then it is known as the peduncle, or inflorescence. This is known as the peduncle. Stalk of the inflorescence is known as the peduncle. So here is the scape. What do you mean by scape? A leafless peduncle produced by the understood stem bearing the no foliage leaves, but bearing the scale or the bracts, with maybe having a single flower or many of the flowers. In case of the onion, have you seen the flower of the onion? It's a ball like structure or rounded in structures. It's bud like condition, and it after the flourish or after the flower after the flower, it looks so so beautiful, and it's a bunch like structure in the tip of the person. It looks like the bunch of the person, and it looks like the rounded in nature, a ball like structure. So this is a scape. Then comes to the racemose inflorescence. So what is racemose? It's a very important. So racemose and cymose type of the inflorescence. So first of all, what is racemose inflorescence? So when you study about the racemose inflorescence, what it say that racemose inflorescence, and inflorescence of indefinite or the intermediate indeterminate growth having the lateral or the axial flower borne acropetally. So here is you can see in case of the it is of first of all it is the of the various types, and in the nature we have seen the so many flowers, and its arrangement are so different and different types. That's why these are on the basis of their arrangement of the inflorescence and the type of the inflorescence. And here you can see the some racemose type of inflorescence. So what are they? One is raceme, then panicle, spike, corymb, head or capitulum, then simple umbel, then compound umbel, and catkin or ament, and the spadix. So these are some racemose type of inflorescence. So let's know about the what are they. First of all, uh, in case of the raceme type or the racemose type, uh, here you can see that I just zoom it here. So In case of the raceme type, the type of the racemose in which the pedicellate, that is the with the stalk flowers are borne acropetally, that is the radius, delphinium, etc. In case of the radius and delphinium or various in this family, like or in this categories, that in raceme type, what it say that the pedicellate or the stalk, pedicellate or the stalk uh, of the flowers are borne acropetally. So here is the diagram, you can see here, here is the diagram. So raceme is the, sorry, this is and this is the type of the this is the structure of the diagram of the raceme types, how it arranged, how or how it organized. So this type of this type of organization of the flower or the inflorescence we just normally called as the raceme type. So then comes to the panicle type. This one is the panicle type. So panicle type, so what is the panicle type said that it is the branch raceme is called the panicle. Here you can see that here is the structure. In case of the raceme type, it's only the one axis, alternate form, it are arranged in the alternate form. But in case of the panicle, here is the it organizes its so many branches or derives so many branches from this raceme types, and this type of inflorescence or is arrangement of this type of inflorescence is known as the panicle type. So then comes to the spike type of then you can see that this figure is the spike type of arrangement, that what it say that the type of the racemose in which the sessile means without stalk. Here you can see that here is the stalk, and this type of this person is the stalk person. But when it absence of the stalk is known as the sessile. Here you can see the what type of its arrangement, there is no presence of the stalk, so that's why this is known as the sessile type. And in case of the spike, the flower are borne acropetally. For example, Adhatoda vasica. Adhatoda vasica, then he in this plants or in this plant species, the arrangement of the inflorescence is the spike type. So then speculate the union of then speculate type. This is the union of the compound of the inflorescence of the grasses, mainly in case of the Poaceae family. So this is known as the spiculate. Then amnate and catkin type. Amnate and catkin type, that is the in this is for, sorry, this is the, for example, this one is the, here is the diagram, here is the diagram. H1 is the catkin or the amnate type. Here what it say that a type of the racemose in which the unisexual epithelius and the deciduous, usually the bracteate, flowers are borne acropetally or the spike of the unisexual flower. So what is the bisexual flower or unisexual flower? When it comes only the male, in case of the male or the female flower, it's suppose this one is the male flower, this one is the, it is denoted as this type, and female flower, this is the denoted as this type. So male and female flower, agar male and female flower present in a same plants, present in the same plants, this is known as the bisexual. Or in case of unisexual, there is a male and the female plants, they arises a different plant. So that's why in case of the amment and or catkin type, here it is unisexual plants, mainly seen in the unisexual plants, and it's acropetally borne and spike of the unisexual flower, it's found in the spike of the unisexual flower. So this the catkin type or the amment type. Then for Then corim. Corim, then corim type. Here is the corim type. You can see, sorry, you can see, you can see in this figure, you can see in this figure, that is the corim type. Mm, that is a corim type. What it say that a type of the raceme of in here you see the uh, diagram. Here is, this is the corim type, and a type of the raceme in which the pedicels are of the unequal length and reach up to the almost same height. Here you can see that they are not equal, but their height is the same, height are the in same in position. That's why this type of known as the corim type. And less flat topped inflorescence and the outer flower upon first. The outer flower is upon first, and then the inner flower. uh, so this type of arrangement of the inflorescence is known as the corim type. So here is the diagram, and you can see it and correlate that what is the corim type. Then comes to the spadix. Spadix type is the spadix type. The affleous spike covered with the spathe is called the spadix. In case of the banana, have you seen the banana? Banana. Then in case of the banana, there is their inflorescence is the spadix type. Then this one is the spadix type. So then comes to the capitulum. Capitulum or the head type. Capitulum or the head type. This is the capitulum or head type example of the. Then here what is then what it say that it is the flat top or the spherical dense racemose inflorescence in which the many sessile flowers are borne on a common receptacle in the acropetal succession. That's why the outer flowers are the more mature, that is the Compositae asteraceae family. So here it is said that it's surrounding, or it is a flat top position or spherical in structure. That's then the inflorescence mainly for here is the sessile. You can see the sessile in nature, and the outer flowers are more mature than the inner uh, uh, flower. So it is mainly seen in case of the Compositae family or the Asteraceae family. So then the umbel type, it is of the it is found in two types umbel types. This is the umbel types. One is a simple umbel, another one is the compound umbel. This one is the simple umbel, this one is the simple umbel, and this one is the compound umbel. That's what it said that the umbel type means the type of the racemose in which the several pedicellate flowers arise from a common point. You can see here in from a one single point there is arise of the so many inflorescence, or so many stock like or so many flowers arises from a single point. So in that cases this is known as the umbel type. And on the basis of their if one stock is present, if one bunch is present in a flower, then it is known as the simple type. And um, even more than one branches or the bunches is present, then this is known as the compound type. On the basis of their inflorescence or the present or absent, on the basis of their presence, then it is known as the simple or a compound type. So this is the all total of the racemose inflorescence. So then comes to the compound. Then comes to the these all those things are here is the all I have already described all those things. You can watch this. And then let's comes to the cymose type. One is racemose type. Then it is subdivided into following: raceme, panicle, spikes, spiculate, amnate or catkin. Then spadix, corim, capitulum or the head. Then umbel type. Then comes to the cymose type. Cymose type means a more or less flat topped, broad inflorescence of determinate growth and definite growth, where the central flower upon first, that is the central flower is the most mature. In case of in the previous racemose type, when we talk about the umbel type, then that's in the outer flower are the more mature than the inner flower. But in case of the cymose type, the center part of the flower is more mature or early mature than the outer. So these are the main types. One is uniparous or the monocysial, then scorpioid, then helicoid or the cyme, helicoid cyme or the bostrix, and biparous type, dicysial type. This is the some special type of cymose inflorescence. So let's talk about the uniparous or the monocysial type, monocysial cyme. So what it say that the main axis ends into the flower and the producing only one lateral branch at a time of the ending in the flower or the cyme reduced to a single flower on each axis. So what it said that the uniparous or the monoecial means only one lateral branch which is completed its uh, flower, and the cyme is reduced to a single flower on each axis. In that cases we just call it's a um, unicysial or the uniparous or the monocysial type. Here you can see that the figure C here it's completely describe about all the monocysial type. Then comes to the scorpioid monocysial. In scorpioid monocysial means uh, here the lateral flowers are borne alternately on opposite side of the pseudo axis. Here you can see in case of the A, the figure, this is the scorpioid monocysial. In case of the, first of all, this one is the simple monocysial, which consists of only one or single uh, single cyme with a single cyme. That's why this is known as the monocysial, simple monocysial. But in case of the scorpioid, this is alternate form, it's opposite direction, and alternate form opposite side alternately or opposite sidely of the pseudo axis. That's why this is known as the scorpioid monocysial. Then helicoid cyme, you can see the in figure number 8, sorry D. Then it's a example of the helicoid cyme or the bostrix. So the lateral branch arise from the same side. Lateral branch are arise from the same side. Here you can see it. So this type of is known as the helicoid cyme or the bostrix. Then this is the mono type. Then comes to the biparous or the dicysial cyme. In dicysial cyme, here the two flowers arise from the same point. Arise from the same point. That means in the same points, here you can see the, in case of the B, figure number B, then you can see that here is the one. Then in case of the middle person mature first, then the lateral person, the central person mature first, then the lateral person. So here you can see that there is a 1 and 2 cyme is present in that uh, two lateral shoots. So that's why this is known as the dicysial cyme. So in case of the ixora or musenda, all those things, or in that yeah, members of the species, you just see about such type or you just found such type of the inflorescence. So So list some important some type of the other special type of the inflorescence like cythium. Cythium means in case of the euphorbia, have you seen the euphorbia? In case of the euphorbia, the single female flower is present in the center and the number of the male flowers around it. Inside the cup shaped involucre or the roll of the bract is known as the cythium. Then hypanthodium, what it say that in case of the ficus family, Boraceae family, then ficus or ficus and people or in such type of the plants, here the cup shaped cavity or with an apical opening is formed by the fleshy receptacle, which is projecting guarded by inwardly projecting hairs and the bear flowers on their inner wall of the cavity. That is the female flower at the base and male flower on the above. So hypanthodium, in case of the hypanthodium, the female flower present on the at the base and the male flower are it's above. Then verticillester means it is the characteristic inflorescence of the osmium, means normally we just call as the tulsi of family Labiaceae family, and nowadays this is it is in its older name is the Labiaceae family, and but nowadays we just renamed its after ICVN. Then this is called as the Lamiaceae family, and here the flowers are arranged into two opposite cymose group on each node. That's why this type of arrangement is known as the verticillester type. Then cincinus type is known as the basically found in Caryophyllaceae family, and the dicaesial cyme is present in this flower part and the monocaesial cyme in the upper part. So cincinus type is consist of both, or because in dicaesial type is the found in case of the lower part and monocaesial cyme is found in the upper part. Then tassel type means the male inflorescence in case of the maize. Its botanical name is G maize, and here the male flowers are present in the terminal panicle is called the tassel. So then comes to the flower. It's the reproductive organ of a plant. So here is the four important parts of the flower, that is the calyx, corolla, androecium and the gynoecium. So that's it can when it we just call as a this is a flower, it means a complete flower consists of a calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So these are the four parts of the flowers, a complete flower, and it is a modified shoot with a highly condensed of the internodes, and the leaves are modified into variously to perform the different function. The leaves are modified into the perform the different function, modified then perform to different function, and that arises as the calyx, corolla and androecium and gynoecium. So calyx is the leafy structure, corolla is the then calyx is the outer layer of the flower, then corolla is the otherwise known the petals. It's maybe different color. Then androecium the male reproductive organ, gynoecium is the female reproductive organ. So then comes to the pedicel. Stalk of the flower is known as the pedicel. Then receptacle means more or less enlarged the elongated end of the flower axis, which different part of the our bones are known as the receptacle, or otherwise known as the torus. Then bract. Bract means it modified in leaf, and in the axil this is the which is a flower arises. Bractease means where the flower arises is known as the bract. So these are some different types of or different important terms of some taxonomic study, or some taxonomic terms which are mainly used in floral diagram. In the next video we just we will see about what is flora diagram and how it represent all those things. So thank you.